Hi everyone, today I'm introducing a platform named VoiceFlow. It is a platform for creating conversational apps. As you see here, we're designing conversational app for something like Alexa or Google Assistant. Um, it is it You can create your chatbot as well, and also those voice apps as well. Um, $40 per month. However, we can claim a student discount for $15 a month. But also, you can just use the free version, which you can create two projects, and it's only for personal use. However, there are limitations in the functions that you can use. So for me, I was trying to create a prototype for a usability testing, and I ended up buying one. All right, let's get in and try to create a voice flow prototype. So I'm going to create a project. I'm going to call it a storybook. So let's think that this is a voice app that reads storybooks to little kids. So I'm going to implement it in Alexa, and it's going to be in English. And this is how I'm starting. So once you start, there is a start box that already has implemented Alexa Open Storybook, which is the name of my app. And then I can connect it to what I want to say once the students open it. I say, welcome to welcome to Storybook. Would you like to read a book with me today? So I have submitted my question. Which voice do I want to do? So because I chose Alexa platform, they have all the voices that Alexa has. So for English, I think they have about 9 options. The regular Alexa voice is the default Alexa voice that we know.
Welcome to Storybook. Would like to read a book with me today?
But you can also change it to something more friendly.
Welcome to Storybook. Would like to read a book with me today?
Yeah, it feels more friendly to little kids. And then we can add effects on it. So I would like it to be a little bit more slow for little kids.
Welcome to Storybook. Would like to read a book with me today?
So it slowed down a little bit. And what I want to do is name my blog. So because I'm going to have a lot of blogs, I don't want to be confused. So I'm going to call it welcome blog. So what I need to do is I need to connect the start with the welcome block. So if I click on the circle, I can just connect it to my welcome block. So I asked the question, would you like to read a book with me today? The kids are gonna say yes or no. So I need user inputs in there. So what are user inputs? Like what users gonna say are user inputs. And there are 3 different user inputs. First is choice. Let's take a look at from the first one, the choice block. I just brought in a choice block, and the path is where am I heading them to? So first I'm heading them to yes answer. So Amazon has already created yes path within their Alexa system, so I don't need to type anything in as a yes answer. So anything that shows the intent of yes will show up as will lead them to my yes path, and I want to lead them to another path, which is no, right? And then once I click outside, I already created, I asked a question, and now I am able to get answers from the students. So when students say yes or no, I want to lead them to some kind of choices, right? So here I'm going to bring in another speak block. What my system is going to say, I'm going to say, if they say yes, I'm going to say, great, let's get onto it. Which chapter would you like to read? Is going to be my question. So this is going to be my yes block. And then what if they say no? I'm going to say, okay, see you next time. So this is going to be my no block. So once the students have answered yes or no, I have to lead yes to this block and no to this block. So if they say no, I'm going to end the experience. So I need to put in the exit logic to close the app underneath it. So what if they said yes? I need to continue the conversation, right? So what I need to do is I need to put in a choice or a prompt. So the difference between choice and prompt is that choice, you have to continuously connect them like this, but then the prompt are more like, hey Siri, Alexa, like more of an open-ended questions. So I'm going to try to put in a prompt in here. So it's going to listen to whatever the person says. But what I need to do is create blocks that corresponds to the possible answers. So I'm going to create another block here. This block is going to say, it's going to be chapter 1. Chapter 1. And then I'm going to say chapter 1. And I can read out the chapter 1 for the students, or I can bring in an audio file of a storybook in here. So I'm going to bring in this audio, and then it will play the audio for the students. And then they need to go on to another chapter, so I'm going to bring in another prompt. Actually, before that, I should say, would you like to read another chapter? No, I should say, which chapter? Which chapter would you like to read next? And then the students will say chapter 2, and I'll create another block just like this for chapter 2. Also, one thing I forgot is that I can put in an image to this app as well. So if I put in the display, which is the image, I can put in my image in here, which is my storybook image. There we go. So before we test, I think I forgot one thing. So let's go back to the flow. So before chapter 1, what you need to do is you need to put in an intent block to make sure that it's listening to the intent, which we are saying, which the students will say chapter 1. So it's going to be called chapter 1, and the utterances will include chapter 1. Or we would have to actually type everything, every option, because this is only a prototype and it's not actually developed in Alexa system, which we will not need to do once it's developed. So I would like to read chapter 1. So I'm going to put in just 3 answers for now. And then we're done with our prototyping, and now let's test it. So my skill training is only 83%, so I'm going to train the rest of the skill, which means we just need to wait. It's like a loading system. Now let's start the test.
Welcome to Storybook. Would like to read a book with me today?
Yes.
Great. Let's get on to it. Which chapter would you like to read?
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1.
First, here's an excerpt from Servant of the Empire by Raymond E. Feist, read by David Thorpe.
Okay,
First, here's an excerpt from...
I'm going to end our testing here because of the time. This is how you can build your own conversational agents or chatbots. And please leave me questions if you want to know more about it. Thank you.